Oh, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, October 31st, Halloween Sunday. Happy, happy Halloween. Yes, it is Halloween Sunday. Had a little bit of fun with it this week, as you will see in a very few minutes. We thought we would. Well, I thought I'll take the blame slash or credit for it. We thought we would have a little bit of fun with the service by making it a Halloween theme, and it's also All Saints Sunday, so we worked that in too. It's also Reformation Sunday, so not only is it Halloween Sunday, it's All Saints Sunday, and it's Reformation Sunday. Sunday. Three things. We decided to just make it about two. Um, so Halloween and All Saints. It was like anyway, you'll see. Theme of the day is the top 10 scariest stories of the Bible, as arbitrarily decided by some website I visited, and why they're not so scary. That's the part I added. So I hope that you will find that enlightening or entertaining or a combination of both. And at the same time, we've got some fun little Halloween prayers that I found and music. We've got Toby leading the hymns with Angela and myself. And what else have we got? Oh, a nice birth announcement. You'll have to wait and see that. Thursdays with Trina, of course. So that's in there too. And yeah, so I think it was kind of fun. Sabina did our lay reading, and that was actually kind of a lot of fun. I don't know if it translated to the YouTube video quite as nicely as it looked in person, but we did it out in our backyard and fooled around with the lighting and came up with a kind of a spooky kind of atmosphere. Anyway, it was kind of fun to do, and so that's that. So that was really this video that you're going to watch this morning in just a few minutes on this very YouTube channel is the last one for the foreseeable future that we're going to do in this particular way. Completely produced, remotely and at my house and at the church and outside and various places. So from now on, starting next Sunday, unless things change for the worse, we're going to be in the church every Sunday morning to do our church service. Now it's going to look a little bit different for those of you who watch online, because we're going to be recording it as we go, and we're going to have to do two different things. We're going to have to record it and stream it at the same time. Lose internet connectivity in the sanctuary, which does happen from time to time, then we lose the broadcast. It's gone, and we have to start it up again, and that's super awkward. So we'll try to do it, and we're going to get a couple of different pieces of equipment. I'm going to just use my camera for now, the one that I have. It's not great, but it works. And that'll be our camera for next Sunday. And what we are going to do is our screen and projector are starting to show their age. They're about 12 years old, and they have, it's not as bright as it could be. It's not as crisp as it could be. There were always kind of wrinkles in the screen that kind of distorted the image a little bit that I wasn't super happy about. Not to the point where they ruined things, but just one of those things. We had to, whenever I showed a video, it always seemed sort of dark and ill-defined around the edges. It just felt like it was maybe hard to see, and some of the visual impact of the art that I like to use. I'm so big about finding modern art that gives us a visual interpretation of what we're doing. So when I'm looking for to make a slide for scripture, the first thing I do is I go into Google Images and I type in whatever the scripture is, Matthew, whatever, and then I'll just add the word modern art to it, and bam. Sometimes you get images that are so striking, and it's just like, wow, like what a way to bring out an emotion from this particular pericope story that I maybe haven't felt myself, but others have, which helps me identify with the scripture and other people better. And so when I did that on the screen, I felt like a lot of it was just lost in electronic translation. And when we got the screen, that was like the height of technology. You could use a screen like that. Everyone did, because that was the best available. And now, because televisions are huge and cheap, people are going that way instead of projection. Because what they're finding is that, yes, you might sacrifice some square inches to the overall size of your picture, but what you sacrifice in size, you totally make up for in brightness and in crispness. So yeah, the text might be a little bit smaller on the television screen, but it is crisper and easier to read. And all of the other things that I want to do, I'll be able to do better. And like for instance, I it's too high a price to pay, but I really quite enjoyed um, some of the sermons, the process of making some of the sermons, the creative process of it, going on location. I remember one Sunday, summer of 2020, I did my service in all sorts of different locations. I chose an urban environment, a suburban environment, and a wooded area. And it was just kind of neat to have the contrast, the different contexts to talk about how God is active and alive in our world. And yeah, I don't want to lose the ability to bring you to different places rather than just the pulpit in our sanctuary. And so having a television screen there, when I do pre-record things, I can just hit play and we can watch it together. And then the people at home can watch it. So that's the other part of it, is that what we're going to do is basically we're just going to like get the camera set up, and when it comes time to a hymn, whoever's running the cameras is going to pan the camera over to the television screen, and there you got your words for your hymns. I'm going to do very little, no production at all. It's just basically going to be up on YouTube, and it's going to be what it's going to be. That's not to say that we won't have kind of special YouTube videos from time to time. I mean, that would be kind of nice to do. It would be nice to, for instance, have a coffee hour when we have coffee again, which we're a little ways away from that. But when we do have coffee again, it would be nice to have Zoom set up for that, for instance, so that people who can't be there for whatever reason or don't want to be there, because listen, this virus is still out there. It is still out there. I know this. I know this. I'm in fact I'm doing a funeral for a woman who died of COVID she died last week of COVID. Last week in October of 2021. It's still out there. So if anybody wants to know why I'm still being really careful, that's why. So I'm aware that there are people who don't want to come to church yet or go into any kind of large groups yet. And God love them for it. And I agree with you. If you don't feel it, stay home. But I still want to include folks. So what we're going to do is maybe have the Zoom running during coffee hour, and people can just walk up and say hi. It's all it would be. They'd be sitting at home, have the camera kind of wide angle over wherever we are, and people could just sort of walk up to the television screen and say, "Hey, how you doing?" and have a little chat. So we'll try that out. So yeah, we'll do some multimedia, mixed media stuff. I know like folks like Toby and myself, we're not interested in doing all virtual all the time. We are desperately wanting to come back, and so we are next Sunday. RSVP to Rothwell United Church, or Rothwell United at Rogers.com. Rothwell United at Rogers.com. All the information about how to RSVP is in the next video, and also in our Facebook group and on our newsletters and all that stuff. Anyway, I gotta go. Time for church.